Howdy, my neighbors. I just came out of my garage. They have a giant tangelo tree in their backyard, which we've been eating off since I lived here since 1973 or so. So I just received a free bag of, I don't know, a bag of tangelos. 4, 8, 10 tangelos. I'm gonna move them out of the way. I didn't know they were here. I'm gonna show you something else. I saw her walking, my neighbor, the other day, and I said, hey, it looks like the tangelos are ready. And she said, well, I don't think so yet. And I said, yeah, I know the winter season, it's maybe not. That was yesterday. Today I have 10 tangelos. I'm here to talk about a lifestyle that was lived long before those who may be watching this video now ever think about, or rarely think about, or have ever known existed. And I'm going to share something with you that's really deep in my soul and my heart. So bear with me for a minute. And it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy that I'm drinking bottled water. Water from a bottle instead of water from a flowing creek or river, or catching it in something natural off of a waterfall. I don't know what this land and country and people have come to. Water in a bottle, and then they tell you the plastic's bad for you, but they want me to drink water in a bottle. You know, if you have cancer, take chemotherapy. It'll kill half of you and maybe help half of you. Will the doctors take chemo? I don't think so. This is about helping the earth. This is daily for me. It's not a routine, but I can never leave my house without bringing something home. People who know me, they know I build raised bed planters from free material. This material all came from a print shop. If you had to walk, it would be maybe 4 houses away, right across the street. And it's all almost like brand new from the print shop, and they're just excellent for using for my my planters. This was one stop. I went to the corner store and I came back with this one load. And it's the busy season for planting, so I'm hoping that a lot of people will buy some planters. And so I'm stocking up on this lumber, which I'll take my saw and I cut with my saw either this block and piece off, and I leave the 2x4 and the top brand new 1x8" pine and 1x3 and 1x4, and I use that for my planters. I've also used those pieces for my shelving. This is great stuff to make a tabletop out of. You could get a piece of glass to fit the top of this, put some legs on it, and you have a beautiful looking table. All you had to do is buy a piece of glass. If you want glass on it, go to Lowe's or Home Depot, or like me, use some reclaimed lumber and nail some legs to it, and you've got an excellent table. You want a little coffee table, you want a higher table, you want a shelf, it doesn't matter. You want to use it to make it into a doghouse, use it for a side of a doghouse. See, what I'm trying to show you is I live off the land. These were trees that humans turned into, used for paper, for money. Avalanche. This is from the print shop, like the prior. It has plastic on it. It's brand new under it. This is called masonite, this first top layer. And under the masonite is just some cross pieces that I may discard, use in my fire for barbecuing or something, but it'll all get used. We have to use what's available from the earth. The earth provides everything, not Walmart, Kmart, and Target. This lumber on top is called a kumi. It's a kumi plywood. It's really cheap. It comes from China usually. It's not great stuff, but it's good for crappy work. I took it because I'll probably use it for a shelf or something where I'll need a flat surface, but it won't be for planters because it disintegrates real easy in the weather. Next to the print shop is a cabinet shop. At the cabinet shop, they discard a lot of great plywood. That's 3/8 plywood. They make, cabinets, drawers. This was a drawer piece with the edges here. Not butterfly. Forget the term for that. Excuse me, but these are high quality rabbit cut. I think it's rabbit cut. When they rabbit cut, instead of just nailing square edges together, that never comes up. It stays together a lot longer than the cheap stuff we get today, which is nice to know. Some companies are still making high quality drawers and cabinets. This came out of the same dumpster at the wood shop. It's really nice, true and straight. Nice, true and straight. So I'll be able to make good use out of that for a shelf or something, and it's already got a notch in it it's got some notches in it there, so that could be handy for me to, put something across it and hold it in there. Just try to burn this one down. Another stuff they are using for their cabinets. This is excellent material. 1/4 inch high quality white oak plywood that I'll use for a shelf or something. It doesn't matter, but I've got an area to keep this stuff, and I do use it. Hey, look at these. Let me show you this. Okay, they're both the same, so I'll show you one. This here is mint. It's all sides are trimmed out, very clean. It was in the trash. I don't know what it is. It's probably plywood inside, but if I need a shelf somewhere, this thing's it. Bam! I got a couple of them, and they're always in there. This isn't like a one-day thing. And I don't go searching. I just drive by, and when I see it flowing out of the top of their clean blue dumpsters that get no crap in them, just clean wood, I don't go in them, but I reach and I pull off the top when I see it. I'm not going to leave these perfect pieces of wood in there that are trimmed out, and that's a nice shelf to just put 2 shelf brackets on, mount it to your wall. You got a shelf for free. Don't go to Walmart, Target, Kmart, Joe Blow's, Buy My Shelf shop. At a shop or Target, this is $20 with the brackets. Please learn. I am not certified to teach, but I have information you won't learn from other people. We're all unique individuals and have special information. Nobody knows my information, and I don't know yours. Let's do things together and make a wonderful, harmonious planet we live on. My neighbors are here. More clean plywood. Yeah, it's cut, but I could cut that and use it for a nice, beautiful colored white, off-white shelf, whatever. Let's hurry up and get through this shelving material because it's just more shelving. Here's a piece of white pine. It's solid pine because it's got a chip in it there, and I know it's solid, not pressboard or plywood. I put that in the back on the bottom, paint that white, and this shelf is perfect. Do you see that now? Abracadabra. $10 shelf. Put something under it. Mount it to your wall. Okay? Howdy, neighbor! I got a whole bunch of stuff again. Hey, you gonna come pick strawberries later after you and Mommy go in for a minute? I'm shooting a little video right now anyway. I got my camera going, rolling. I'm making a video. Okay, cut. It's my... How old are you again? Tell me real quick. You're 5? Huh? 4? 4. We got... How old is Nick? 2? 4 and 2. My strawberry pickers. This was next to the dumpster. It was an old chair, apparently. It was an old chair, but it's solid oak. Now I can cut some nice straight pieces of oak out of here, clean them up, stain them, whatever. The back of the oak here, the back piece here, I can you know, use on one of my planters as a nice, just for aesthetically, for design. I'll see you guys in a little while. We're making a movie. Quiet on the set. Yeah, this I could use when I go, you know, after people that are not very nice. Never mind, I didn't say that. Cut, take that out. I would never use this as something like this for people who litter or are destructive to the natural health of the earth. I would never use this against them, never. Not a solid oak one that would not break. I would never use this against anything that would hurt the earth and disrespect the earth, no. Never. Anyway, more oak from that chair, or take that chair. This may have been from that chair. More solid oak. More solid oak. And what I do with pieces I cannot use is, since when I barbecue I don't use any lighter fluid or chemicals or charcoal, I only use lumber from my remnants of my pallets, so I never buy anything to barbecue. And the oak is something that I will put on after I start it with pine and other softwoods to get it going and get a small base. Then I put the oak on because it burns longer and hotter and differently. Oak is better for the fire, I found out. This came off a part of a shelf or something unit. It's laminated together. Wait, it's laminated 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 1x1 lengths of oak. But I could use this really nice oak for a side of a planter or side of a cat. I could make a shelf out of it. It's oak. I could have a narrow shelf, take off this thing off the bottom, which is only screwed in, remove it, or use it. Oh, I see where that went. That notch seems to, oh, anyway, this something was part of this. Doesn't matter. Get that back off the set. Anyway, I could use this for a nice oak shelf anywhere in the house. I have 2 of them. Again, solid oak, already perfectly sanded, stained, clear, whatever, varnished, urethane, varathane. It's been stained. I could take off the thing on the bottom, and I have a beautiful solid oak shelf. I could advertise this on Craigslist or eBay for $2 or $3 and probably sell a solid oak shelf on Craigslist or eBay for easily $2 or $3. You could see the difference in the sheen on the top, you know, nice and clean, and the bottom's a little bit duller, not all so sanded and finished. Two of them. And they're kind of heavy. They got some weight. Don't go away. It's hot and I'm in the sun. At the cabinet shop, out of their very clean dumpster, I pulled out some pieces of trim that I could always put at the bottom of my planters, or like a crown at the top of my planters to rim the planters with some. This would fit aside a narrow planter. I just need some long ones for the length, or make a square one that's no wider than this, and 4 of these, and I got a nice planter rimmed with that. That's solid. It's not that composite crap stuff. It's solid wood. This cabinet shop uses real material. And the window stop, you know, that window stop. Again, not composite. It's solid pine. It's not going to weather in the weather. It won't weather. There is weather. Good conditions nor bad. We got a lot more miscellaneous stock. I have this really nice solid pine 1x1, more stuff like that, more trim, a nice little whatever 1.25 by 3/4, which will all get used on my planters, guaranteed. And one more of those straight and true things. Oh, not so straight and true, this one. Oh, because it had a crack and somebody had to break it. Yeah, it was. So if it wasn't broken by somebody carelessly or accidentally, but when I cut this in half, I'll still have 2 straight, true, really nice. That's a nice grain on there. This lumber's nice. It's nice lumber. It's nice lumber. Okay, wrapping it up. More miscellaneous trim. Another piece of that molding that I could put and rim out the top of the planters with, or put underneath my shelf, whatever I choose to. A million uses for that. And these beautiful white piece of this for trimming out the planters or anything. One more long piece of that stock. I don't have to buy any of this. If I wanted to make planters and didn't know how to collect free material, as the Native Americans, as the frontiersmen, before Kmart, Walmart, and the mall, we did it on our own with creative minds. We weren't taught that we have to do everything through a store. I have one store. It's the most important store on earth. It's called the mind, the brain. That's the most important store on earth, is your mind. And if you don't use your store properly, you know, you may have a hard or difficult or fun or good life or bad life. I am disabled, unable to work, but I make the best out of it. I carry a fruit picking pole in my car. There's so much fruit in my neighborhood. Like you saw, my neighbor gave me a bag of tangelos. I get my own. I usually have this tied to the roof of my car. And the last thing I got over there was this book on geisha. And it's old and vintage, and I'm gonna look into that. I have no idea what geisha is, but nevertheless, just want to say, if you watch this whole video, man, stoked and thanks. Please, you know, take care of the earth, and the earth will take care of you. That's all I can tell you. Be honest, and honesty will be your reward in return. And when you fight, fight with honesty and truth. And in that nature, even the most powerful, violent people cannot win against knowledge. Knowledge is power, and nothing can conquer knowledge. May peace be with you, and may compassion lead you through life in all directions and in all the many paths that come down through a great mighty river and lead in all directions. May you find peace in giving it to others as you'd like given unto yourself.